of Wales with my light. I got a new light. I made a video about it. It's got lots of lights. I think this is the best setting. I've tried a few others and I look absolutely terrible in them. I did a video for somebody else the other day and I sent it to them and I looked a fright. So I think this is slightly better lighting than the one that I used for them, because I think I was supposed to look like someone that was a bit unhinged, and I actually did. And I think I look slightly less unhinged in this light. I might be wrong. See, it's, oh, that's, yeah, it's, I don't know which is the best. This is probably the best. It's quite dark, but it's here. How are you? How are you? I'm in Wales until the end of August, and from next week I'm going to do a show every single day. And when I say show, it's basically the same as this, only more so, and it will be part of the Free Fringe, and the only real difference is it's every day rather than just once a week. Oh, the treat! The rare treat! How can you resist such a treat? Very easily, I should think. I've been looking at other people's videos and going, oh, how many subscribers have they got? Hundreds of thousands, millions. How many have I got? Not that many. And why have you got not that many? Because I'm rubbish. Oh yeah, that'll be it. I'm really sorry for being rubbish. I can't help it. I've been going for a long time now, and my brand of rubbish has been not being very successful for all this time, and I should probably rethink it and think, how can I be less rubbish? But you know, the reason that this is called Waves from Wales is, look, I did something new with my hair. I was looking at things about the curly girl method. I'm like, what's the curly girl method? It's like people that think they've got straight hair just wash their hair in a certain way and then just sort of slightly scrunch dry it, and then they end up with hair like this, which is not curly, but it's a thing. It is definitely maybe it's Titian. My mum just laughed. And my dad said, oh, Mona Lisa. I'm like, surely Mona Lisa has got straight hair. But then I'm looking at the Mona Lisa and she's got a veil, and she has got actually hair like this underneath, which is exactly the same, because I started looking it up as something Mundi. Anyway, there's another one of a man going like this. Jesus-y sort of man that is also reputed by Leonardo da Vinci, is that who painted it? Yeah, who's reputed to be by Leonardo da Vinci, and he looks very, very similar to the Mona Lisa, except the Mona Lisa is going like this, and he's going like this. But apart from that, they look the same. And there's also, I looked it up, and apparently a lot of people think that the Mona Lisa is actually a self-portrait of Leonardo, which makes sense, because if he did a picture of Lisa Gioconda, is that right? The Mona Lisa. If he did it was supposed to be a merchant's wife, and if it was this merchant's wife, why did the merchant's wife not take this? It's a perfectly good picture, and he spent his entire life carrying it around all over Europe. He went to France, and he stayed in Italy, and he moved everywhere, and he carried this painting wherever he went and worked on it a little bit and did more than one version of it. So it does make sense that it might be actually not the person that commissioned it, a different person that nobody commissioned it, and that in fact it was just him going, oh, what do I look like today? Oh, so pretty, look at my hair, lovely, and then put a veil on top of his head. So that's possible. It's very possible. So what's everybody been up to this week? This is going to be a news story, a story of the news. What's happened in the news? Nothing. One of the things that's happened in the news is that they want people to learn Latin now. So I know Latin, not very much Latin. Caecilius. I've forgotten all the Latin that I learned. I did do it for 2 years at school when other people were, well, they took the top set of French people, not French people, top set of France, the top set of the people learning French, and they put us into Latin because there was a Latin teacher. He hadn't retired yet. He retired just after I left. And I think that was, they were just trying to find him something to do, really. But he did Latin, and I did Latin because of it. I think it was the Cambridge Latin course, which is all about Caecilius and Quintus and other people. He had other people in the house. I can't at all. I remembered some of it. I remember I bought some of it later on. I found it in a junk shop, and I bought some of the books, and I was like, oh, I don't actually remember this. So we stopped doing them about the time that Pompeii, it wasn't about the time that Pompeii was destroyed for us, because it was, I'm not that old. I might look that old. No, it wasn't about the time that I'm actually one of the concrete covered skeletons from Pompeii. Of course I am. Yes, no, I'm not. But that's when we stopped doing the Latin course, and then I think it carried on. If you were going to do it later on, they carried on, and it was the son of Caecilius, because Caecilius died. They went to Britain and they did all sorts about the Romans in Britain, but I didn't do that because I was going to do Latin carrying on, but it clashed with art, so I didn't actually do any languages at that level, which is a disadvantage, an entire disadvantage, because they clashed. They're very bad school in that all the languages clashed with other things that I wanted to do. It's like I wanted to do physics, but it clashed with biology, which I wanted to do, or art possibly, and I wanted to do something. I did drama instead of something important, and I didn't really do very well in drama. I should have done something important. And I also did art instead of Latin, I think. So I took all the soft subjects, all the stupid, and I took computer studies, which I thought would be useful instead of things like Latin, which I thought would be fun, and I really liked it. But maybe if I'd have taken those, my world and life would have gone in a different direction, and I ended up in some sort of high-fluting university, and everything would have been fine. Nobody's answering me. I'm just wondering whether I've got anyone here, because... Is there anybody here? Because I'm not getting any response or any sort of... Usually I get people saying things on the side, and I'm just talking into the void. You're here. Hello, Keon. So you're the only person that said it. I was just like, is there anybody here? Is there anybody here? So this week, what I've done, I've tried to do something every day, but then only one thing, so I can spread it out. So the one things that I've done, just logged in. Hello, yes. One things that I've done. On Tuesday, I wrote another episode of Spooky History for the Spooky History channel about theatre ghosts. And I'm not sure I'm entirely happy with it. I could only do London ghosts, and then I sort of like, well, I've done London theatre ghosts, and there's a lot of more theatres in the world. I should do some more. So maybe I'll do more for them at another time. And somebody also asked me to do, as I said, I did this filming yesterday with my crazy hair, more crazy than this, and I did it over there, and it was just, the lighting was terrible, and I was like, not happy with this. If I'd sent this, I would have gone, oh, I'm so beautiful, but I was not beautiful in the stuff I sent, but that's alright, because I don't think I'm supposed to, because it's, it's a sort of mockumentary, and I'm a sort of talking head person. Like talking to not just past the camera. You don't believe in ghosts anymore. I don't know whether I ever believe in ghosts, but I've had some ghostly experiences. I'm like, well, that's not a ghost. That's just me. Like hypnagogia is like when you wake up and you're like, oh, I can see something in the corner, or you like the night hag and stuff like that. Oh, that's what I should write about. Yeah, that's what I should do for the next Spooky History, the night hag. And the sort of the crushing on this. Yeah, I said I was going to do that for them, and I didn't. That's the next one I'm going to do. So you think it's a ghost, but it's actually your mind playing tricks, because you're in a state half between sleeping and I was going to say life and death, but no, that's not right. Half between sleeping and awake. So your mind is still in a sleepy state. I had a very strange dream last night where everyone went to I don't know why I had that dream. Yeah, everyone. I was taking a group of people to a mikvah, and I was like, because I'm not of the Jewish faith. I mean, I'm just like, why am I doing this in this dream? And it was very important. I took everyone there, and I woke up and I'm like, why did I take people? I didn't even consciously know that I knew what a mikvah was. I don't think, and I don't think I did, because I woke up going, what actually is a mikvah, and why was I taking a busload of girls to it? What on earth? So I looked it up, and I'm like, what's going on in my dream? I don't understand why my dream decided to do that. And it was like that. I was like talking to the guy that ran it. It was at the back of a cinema, or possibly a swimming pool that was a cinema that was a swimming pool. And it was the back of that, and he was telling me all about it. And I'm like, why am I dreaming about that? That's bizarre. Anyway. That's the dream. I don't know. Things get in your head, and you're like, oh, That's going to be part of my dream. And if you're half awake when you're like, and that's what ghosts are, basically. It's that sort of thing. A mikvah is a ceremonial bath that has to be like running water from like natural running water, or water that's like settled from like rainwater or stuff. And it's, how people baptize people. It's like that, only to sort of purify and make things better. And there's certain times in people's lives where they use it, and it's similar to a baptism, really, but it's for ceremonial purposes in certain points in people's lives. And but have I been to a hot spring? I haven't been to a hot spring, but I've been to Bath. Baths in Bath. Bath is a place that is very famous for its Roman baths, and also other places. There's Tunbridge Wells. No, I haven't been to Tunbridge Wells. I've been to Llandrindod Wells. Is it Llandrindod Wells? I thought it was Llandrindod. Anyway, Llandrindod. It's somewhere. It's in Paris. There's places all over the place where there have been sort of slightly nice springs where they have baths, and I've been to places like that. I haven't actually been in any of the baths, and I haven't. And I'm like, why did I take this busload of school children to? What is going on in my mind that made me think why? Anyway, dreams are weird, aren't they? Anyway, that's what ghosts are, like I said, when you're waking up. I've seen like ghost cats. Like one day I woke up and I thought I was awake, but I must have been half asleep, because my cat had gone and I was in a sort of period of, it was a bad time for me, but it's various of people had gone, and my cat was the last thing, and I was lying down, and I thought I was asleep, and I could hear purring, and the cat was not with us anymore. Purring, and when the cat had been a little kitten, it used to, when we first got it was too small to really be separated from its mother, but it used to sleep right there. But it used to also use me as a bed and scratch me to pieces. So it felt like I was being scratched to pieces, and this really loud purring, and I was just like, really, and I couldn't breathe, and it was awful. And then I woke up but I didn't feel like I was asleep. It was like unbearably loud right next to my ear, and it was like scratching, and I was like, no, and it's like, but it didn't feel like a dream, and that's happened because I've had a few times when I've had this situation, and I've actually seen the night hag as well. But it wasn't in the night. I'd fallen asleep on the sofa. It was in the day. And I was like, can't you see it? I thought that's what I said. But the other person in the room, who was just on their computer at the time, was like, what? And I was like, but I was screaming, saying, can't you see it? And they were like, no, you weren't. Nothing happened. And I was like, but I was. Because I was in a hypnagogic state. La 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 la. So yeah, and what else has been going on in my life? Yes, we haven't gone to any day trips. I've been here for a whole week in Wales. I did my hair. I made my hair go weirdly curly. It's not curly. It's sort of fallen because I haven't washed it for a few days. I washed it and I just left it, and it's sort of fallen a bit. I put a picture up of it just after, and it was like, wee! Crystal Tips and Alistair, wee! Hello. So I can make it go sort of, but it's quite long, so it sort of pulls down. So maybe if it was shorter, I know when it was about that length, I had it cut slightly shorter, and the hypnotist, there wasn't a hypnotist in my head. The hairdresser was like, I can't cut it properly because it keeps curling up at the back, and I had a sort of curly bit at the front. So I think probably it's always been a little bit more on the slightly wavy side, but because I've been using, so I usually pin it up when I'm not using my hair. Usually it's pinned up, so it's just sort of goes flat then. But it's always been a little bit sort of fuzzy. I can't brush it without it going flare. But I just didn't realise that it could go like this. Hello. And I could probably make it do more. So maybe I'd better get some like curly hair products like frizzies and stuff like that. I tried actually getting that in the shopping, but then the shopping came yesterday and it was out of stock, so I didn't get some of that. But maybe if I can order some frizzies, I could make it go lovely wavy, lovely sort of, rather than frizzy. I can make it go slightly more curly. I don't know. I've got no clue. Anyway, this is my hair when it's sort of gone a little bit flat, but it is a lot more, yeah, it's a lot more still wavy than I'd anticipated it would be several days after the event. But yes, so that's my hair. So other things that I've done, just like adverts for things. Oh yes, you get the TARDIS. Ah, I live in the TARDIS. Boo boo boo. Doctor Who is giving up, and I'm gonna be the next Doctor Who. Look, see, there's a TARDIS, and I'm coming out the TARDIS. It's a lot smaller, and yay, I was in this TARDIS all along. Hee hee hee. It's a lot bigger on the inside. Ha ha! I came out of the TARDIS. Yeah. So that's me. Yes, I'm the next Doctor Who. You've heard it here first. I'm not the next Doctor Who. That's a completely made-up story. I'm definitely not the next Doctor Who. It would be lovely to be the next Doctor Who. I did like Jodie. I did. I thought she was good. And I think it was a lot more skewed towards the children's audience the last few series, and I think that's fine. I was rewatching one this morning, the second, I think it was the second episode, no, the third episode of the first series of Jodie, yeah, because actually I watched the first three thinking about it. Yeah, I'm getting notifications about it. I started playing a stupid online game and I forgot to turn the notifications off. Yes, so I watched the first three episodes and I liked the bit about the Moomin beings. That was the best bit ever. I've never heard of Moomin beings. Cracks me up every time. I've got a very silly sense of humour, obviously. It's just like, that's not even funny. It's like, well, it made me laugh. Moomin beings. I've never heard of Moomin beings. Anyway. The thing is, somebody did an analysis and the three companions, basically, they've got interchange, apart from the fact that Graham goes, oh, Grace, I love Grace, every now and then. You could just look at their dialogue and you won't know who's saying what, really. And Grace was a good character. It was like, if Grace had been a companion, that would have been so good. Grace and Graham, maybe? Grace and Graham and one of the others, maybe? Either of them, but not, I don't know, the chemistry wasn't really there, really. Ryan, isn't it? Ryan and Yaz, that's them. Ryan and Yaz. Yaz is staying, she's good. It's just the chemistry between her and the others wasn't really anything, really. She just sort of stood there and went, oh, right, I'm very clever. She was like the Hermione Granger of the bunch, really. So they had to think of something to do with her. So Hermione Granger, her hair, like my hair. Hermione hair. Oh, I've been watching Harry Potter as well. Much as I've got a lot against the author, I don't agree with the stance that the author of Harry Potter has taken on many things. And I'm not that keen on the books. But the films are quite good. The films are entertaining. I like the films. So I've been watching on and off the Prisoner of Azkaban that my mum has recorded, but I haven't seen it all. Oh, hang on, we've gone all the way through. You must have seen the Prisoner of Azkaban all the way through because they were watching another one. So watching a different Harry Potter. But I didn't, they all blend into one. I don't know what the next one is. Harry Potter and the Harry Potter and the big house with the little door. Harry Potter and the TARDIS, that was the next one, wasn't it? Yeah, with the house that was smaller, that was bigger on the inside than Harry Potter and the TARDIS is the one after Azkaban. I remember, that's what it's called. You can't tell me otherwise, because that's definitely what it's called. Harry Potter and the TARDIS. It's the chamber, it's Harry Potter and the Council of Elders or something. Yeah, Harry Potter and the TARDIS. Yeah, so I've got things here. What have I got? Look, I've got Jessie. Oh, she'd be a good Doctor Who. Jessie's coming out the TARDIS. La 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 la, when you were mine. Oh, that's not the song from it, is it? Yeah, things. Things everywhere. Lovely things. Got some ball bearings. Oh, look at that. It's a magnet with things stuck on it. What's that? A guitar. Bit of a guitar. Stuck on a magnet with a bit of thing. Yeah, pretty things. Pretty things. A crystal. Harry Potter and the Crystal Skull. That's what it was called, wasn't it? Harry Potter and the Crystal Skull. Yeah, all about aliens and yeah. Oh, there is going to be another another Han Solo and the Christmas skull. What it's called? It's not Han Solo and the Christmas skull. What are you talking about? Yes, there's going to be another Indiana Jones. That's the name of him. Indiana Jones coming soon, isn't there? Ooh, la 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 la. That'll be fun. Indiana Jones and the TARDIS are fun. It's a great life, isn't it? Living and doing stuff and nobody's talking. I just talk. This is my show in Edinburgh, which is not in Edinburgh because it's going to be here. It's going to be just like this. So just accept that really now. It's not going to be any better or worse. It's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be different every day though, because I am going to get suggestions from you. You can tell me what to do. I've got a big box of wigs and I've got a guitar that I can barely play. I've got a very out of tune pink ukulele that I tried to get back into tune. That's about as new. Oh, it's better than it was. I can't remember how to play it. Definitely. So I'll just learn how to play the ukulele again. And maybe do some songs. And I'm better at the guitar, but I still can't play the guitar. I've had guitars on and off since the 1990s, which is years ago. Maybe I am old enough to be in Pompeii. Maybe I'm an eternal being. We've got the same birthday, not the same year. I've got to be honest, not the same year. I've seen pictures of Paul Rudd. I've got the same birthday as Paul Rudd, but a different year entirely. Entirely different year. I'm either much older or much younger than Paul Rudd, but Paul Rudd, an ageless being. Maybe I am Paul Rudd. Aha! That would be interesting. It's not. I'm not Paul Rudd. Yes, I'm Ant-Man. La la la. He's in London at the moment with not Eugene Levy, Dan Levy. Eugene Levy's a completely different person. It's his dad. He's not with his dad. No, Paul Rudd's not his dad either. Something like that. Anyway, so yeah. This is fun, isn't it? Just nonsense talking, as it always is, But next week, I'm going to ask people to donate. To donate, because it's a free fringe, and you go, aha, put money in my bucket of donations. And that's what I'm going to use if you want to do the super chat next, you don't have to do it this week, because I'm not doing it this week. But next week, I'm going to do requests and fun and jollity, and it'll be so fun. It'll be more like 45 minutes rather than 30 minutes. Ooh, I can't remember what time it is. I did get a time given to me and I have to work out what that time is, but I will do lots of different things, and I maybe will try to set up a studio where I can do fun things and talk to people and do things, and maybe I can record some videos and sort of put them in if I can work out how to do that, like inserts, like pre-recorded Run VT. That's what they used to say when I was Run VT, and the Saturday morning TV shows Run VT, and then they would run the videotape. That's what VT is, and they would put that on, and it would be so exciting. Like, they've got a pre-recorded thing, and they're so excited about it. So I'm quite looking forward to also seeing this mockumentary that I'm part of, which is by Church of Phil. It is an interesting, fun show. Pembrokeshire people. I've done stuff for them before. They did the Monk's Watch, and they've done other things that are fun. The Halloween specials. I did stuff for them. That's what I made the little film for. That was the parody of Midsommar. All sorts of things. It's very exciting, isn't it? Nobody's here. 7 of you. There's 7 of you. That's not too bad. Today, I'm not in London, but today was the Equity Picnic, and I told everybody about it, and I wasn't there for it, obviously, because I'm in Wales. But apparently 2 people turned up, and neither of them saw each other, and then it rained, and one of them sat there with a cake for 40 minutes. And I was under the impression that somebody else had organised it and there was loads of people. So now I feel a bit bad that 2 people turned up in the middle of a park and didn't see each other, and that was the extent of the picnic. That ostensibly I organised it, but I didn't organise it because I don't go to these picnics because I'm usually either in Wales or in Edinburgh at about this time. Or both, as I sort of am this year. I sort of want to go. I'm like a bit jealous of the people that are going to Edinburgh, actually physically going to Edinburgh. But I'm also like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I went for a walk today. Ooh, walked all the way up the road and back. I did actually, because my watch just buzzed, I did more than 5,000 steps today. I was going to say 5,000 words. That's no, I didn't do 5,000 words. That would have been good if I'd been actually writing and doing some work. But no, I did 5,535 steps. Usually, on a good day, when I'm normally walking out and about, it's about 14,000. I think my record is about 15,000 in a day without really trying. I don't really go out of my way to do more. So that's not great, 5,000, but it is more than I've been doing on average this week. Like, I accidentally did more than 2,000 the other day without going anywhere. But then yesterday it was about 800. And it was about 600 this morning before I went for a walk. So I need to be more active and move about because, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm going to turn into a slug. A slug! A slug. But hopefully not. Yeah. So, yeah, I quite like this lighting now. Is there more that I can do with this lighting with this on? I can't find it. Where did I just put that? I can't find it. Where did I put the... I've lost the thing that makes the lighting change. It's gone. Oh, there it is. Not gone. So I can change the mode. Oh, I can make it light up. Oh, you can see it. RGB. Oh, red. Whoa, that's scary. It's like, wow. It's my Vestal Virgin film all over again, isn't it? Oh, that's not great. That's I can do a disco without leaving the room. Wee! Wah! And then I can do the music where everything I say acts a certain way. I can make it go different colours depending on what I say or sing. Blah, 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 blah. Boo, bee, boo, boo, boo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boo, dee, boo, boo, boo. I'll change it back to normal now. Ah! Too much. No. That one. Oh, I can't see anything now. My eyes have gone all peculiar. That one. I don't know. I don't think that's not very flattering, is it? This is just me. This is how I look, all scary and weird. Some of the lighting is a lot better and some of it is a lot worse. And now I've made the white balance go all over the place. That's my own fault, really, isn't it? That's probably more or less. That's quite cold light. Cold light. But the warm light does not suit me. I'm not a warm light person. I'm a cold light person. Yeah. So I will sort of wind this up very shortly. But as I say, next week, suggestions galore. Tell me what to do and I will do some more entertaining stuff. Let me entertain you. Please, you're like, please entertain us, for crying out loud. What have you been playing at all this time? It's like, I know, I'm just talking nonsense. This is just complete nonsense and rubbish. But maybe I could do, like, what is it, Philosophy Tube? Is that the one who does philosophy? Now, I've tried doing that ages before they tried doing it, and nobody looked. I only did it like once, and nobody watched it. I was like sitting in I was like, I'm going to talk about philosophy. I reckon that they just nicked my idea. Yeah, because nobody's talked about philosophy ever before. Clearly they thought of it and they did better with it than I did. But yes, I did talk about philosophy once, but now I can't do that because they've got a very specific brand and I haven't got that brand. I've got nothing. I've got no brand and I've got no vegetables left to do and I've got nothing left to do. I've frittered away my chance. My one tiny 15 minutes of fame chance has been and gone. Fortune teller once said, "Oh, you'll be famous in the 30s and then you won't be." Maybe they were right. But I haven't reached my 30s yet, have I? I'm very young or very old. I'm 100 million years old or 2,000 years old. I was born in 79 AD, or I was born in 1992, or I was born in 1872, or I was born in 1663. Or I was never born at all, and this is all an illusion. Spooky lighting. An illusion! And I'm going to go back through time. La 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 la. Woo! 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 I'm an ancient time traveller that's lived forever. I am the next Doctor Who. How dare you say I'm not? Of course I am. I'm not. But I am. Or am I? Or am I not? Ah, now you don't know, do you? I think you can guess that I'm not, though. But it would be lovely if I was. They only audition people with equity, and I am in equity. I didn't go to their picnic, but I am in equity. I've done professional acting. Not you can tell from this, but I've been in professional things that got released theatrically, war-ish, and have been for sale on DVD. Yeah, I've seen it. It was right next to Hansel and Gretel Vampire Killers or whatever it was called. That wasn't the name of it. Hansel and Gretel something or other. It was on. I got a picture of the thing that I was in. It was on the shelf, on the very shelf below, available for buying in a real shop. I was shocked too. Shocking. So I've got every right to be auditioning for Doctor Who and being in it too, because it's better if it's somebody obscure that nobody knows. And that's me. Somebody obscure that nobody knows. That's a bit quirky and weird. It's me. This is my audition for Doctor Who. Did I get it? No, I didn't. Never mind. I tried. You can't say I didn't try. You can say I didn't try. Okay, well, I'm going to go now. Thank you for indulging me yet again. It's always a delight. I don't know why, because you're probably like, what the? It's fine. I've driven away half the people that started watching this in the first place. But thank you for the 4 people that gave me a thumbs up. That's always good to see. And I'll see you next week with my 3-week-long Edinburgh show from Wales. Wah, 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 wah. All right then, I'm going to go now. Bye-bye. Hey, where is it? Okay, yeah.